good for it.
I mean,
There's anybody who's good for
she's
it.
nestled right in. We have a beautiful husky, just head nestled right in between the
Yeah,
tripod.
we got the gang. We got Young Turk down here.
I think this was the first podcast that needs 9 angles.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because if I could put a camera on every pet in this room right now, they'd find us way more interesting. I promise you.
Ahi is actually on our team today. No loud breathing.
Nope. Don't wake him up.
Yeah. He started twitching. He was like,
Yeah, I'm telling you, he started licking his chop. I'm like, nope, we don't even summon him right now.
well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aloe Show.
What's going on, everybody? Live and direct, episode 8.
Yeah. Shout out Kobe.
Shout out Kobe, indeed, man. I feel like we've just been doing this episode for the past hour and a half with no cameras.
Look,
so I feel like
just keep it rolling.
We're just we can just dive back into everything.
You know
Because there was
what
a couple
I'm
things where I was just like, just save it, bro. Save it for
That's
for
always
me
the
and
hard.
all of our friends.
That's always the hard part.
100%.
It's like I'll catch myself about that. I'll have like a whole paragraph text up and I'm about to send it. And I'm like, shit, I gotta save this for the
You know
podcast.
what? It is kind of fun though, because it's we know what everyone's doing way too much.
Yeah. No.
I love my friends. I have a lot of friends that I care near and dear about.
Look.
I know way too. I want to be way more surprised because it's, you run into them and you're just like, hey, bro, I know we haven't like been faced.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in 6 months.
But
Literally,
I know exactly what you were doing.
I know what you had for breakfast
Yeah.
yesterday. And I know that you went to lactate instead of normal milk.
You know what I'm saying? Interesting move.
But the point is, I shouldn't know that. I should never know that. But yeah, bro. I mean, we're back at it.
Yes.
What a week to be back at it. First week of fall, officially.
Is it?
Officially.
Look.
We're in the fall, and we're starting getting the full swing of things.
I'm not sure I could have been happier because I actually felt fall weather.
Yeah, because you were not here.
I was not
You
here.
were
I went
gone.
up to Eureka, California. First of all, that airport, only 2 planes. Bro, I'm not even joking. When the plane landed, I looked out a window. There was a guy just mobbing around in his regular ass pickup truck, like on the tarmac. Like there was no.
They're like, we let Steve do air traffic control. He's been on good behavior.
Steve,
so we gave him 2 lightsabers, and he just kind of is out there.
He's just out there, bro, and he's not even using the lightsaber. Like he's just like he literally had his arm out the window. He's just waving the plane in.
His mom just says he has a lot of energy he needs to burn off. So we let him just hold a couple things out there.
It's a favor. Beautiful up there though, man.
Man, I have so many questions and also
Beautiful.
so many things just to comment on. One, the Lost Coast is such an enigma to me. I got a chance to drive through Eureka and through like Redwood, the forest and everything up to Portland. And I mean, it's the most untouched, beautiful part of California.
Bro, when I tell you, like, I got up there and you forget, like, California, because you, like, everyone, we're in LA. You know what I'm saying? We're always in the mix. You forget how beautiful California is. It gave big Northwest vibes to me.
It was it was Northwest. It just
technically,
all of these fake imaginary dividing lines that say this is Washington.
Talk about it.
What? No.
Talk about
No, this is stolen land is what it is. Okay?
This is. It varies. Have you ever heard?
I actually only acknowledge the Native American map. So I don't.
Shout out to the Muckleshoot Casino.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
when someone asks me where I live,
land.
I'm like 25 minutes outside of Chumash. You know, like
I like that.
I feel.
I'm just gonna start like all West Coast cities. We're gonna have to rename them now.
Well, to me, I looked up just who owned the land prior, which is a quick Google. It's not hard,
Okay.
The Topanga was the Tongva tribe. And
come on with the history lesson. All right,
I just feel like anywhere I go, I'm just like, can I just get a quick land use acknowledgement real quick? We are on stolen.
So what would be your Indian name?
I don't want to do that. I can't give myself one, Dwayne. That's not how this works.
Like that would be the people who took the land. They do things like that.
I wouldn't dream. See, look, that was a trap that he planned, and I didn't get caught. You see?
Well, they call me young little dream catcher. That's
They absolutely. You know what? I'm not at liberty to say what they. No, I'm fucking. But yeah, so Eureka is phenomenal.
Yes.
As a beautiful place, I will say, and not to shit on Eureka,
Yeah.
but I will say, as a town,
there
was a strip mall that I was in Eureka that I said, all right, well, not for me.
Let me. I got looks when I was up there, and it was just kind of like that. Brother, you're about 2 minutes past your welcome. Like, and I was like, all right, I got.
Well, walk me through it. How you get there? What did you? Because you left on the quick. I know you were talking about getting out, and then you were out.
Sometimes you just got to dive deep into the waters,
Speak on it.
And so, was two of my homies. Shout out T. Shout out Shy. Was like, yo, we're going to the Redwood Forest. Mob up. I was like, you know what? I need to be a little more adventurous. I said I was going to start being a little dangerous.
I mean, there's in what says danger quite like a quaint redwood forest trip. I get it.
What I'm saying? Saw some of the biggest trees where now I'm like, giants had to exist. Who's chopping these things down? Like that's definitely
fair.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that shit even became a thing, or what's up with these LA trees? That's what I swear the whole time I was thinking, when I get back to LA, I'm not gonna look at these motherfuckers the same.
So you ended up going ahead. So what, you left? Did you just go straight to the shit, or
straight to it?
100%.
Airbnb was in Humboldt, which is weed capital apparently.
Not apparently. That shit is insane.
I had no idea.
Well,
no idea. Every other store is a weed store.
That's
literally.
That's all they can do out there.
Went to a bar, guy sitting outside, and he says, "Need money for drugs."
Why play?
I was like, brother, I wish I could give you weed.
You're like, I have 700.
No,
just make a mess.
I was like, brother, I wish I had a joint on me to give you. His response to me was like, brother, I'm looking for meth. And I said, oh, well, Humboldt's finest. He was like,
you know what?
We're jumping straight down the rabbit hole with this one.
That's incredible. Fuck it.
So, but beautiful place. Saw some big ass trees. Was just lovely.
Really leaning onto the tree. It was just
man. I'm telling you, I'm a nature guy. But these trees were massive. And then watching 80-year-olds mob through the forest, insane. Insane.
Is it 80-year-olds?
80-year-olds. Bro, there was a whole retirement focus. Hold on. It's in the fanny pack. Yep. No, mine, Tamlin. You can just take it and it'll start the car.
Oh, is that?
Oh.
I think my car's
You're the back car.
Yeah. Should I move?
Yeah.
All right, we're all good. Get all the animals back in. Oh, that was it was like a 20-minute.
You got a special guest? You get the guest this week.
What's up?
Young Keo.
Come on.
Keno Menino.
Come on. That was what?
Oh, her nails stuck.
Oh, come on. I got you. There you go.
Come on, saving the day. Look at that. Starting the pod with a save. Welcome to the Dialo Show, where we save animals.
I like how we're low key. We're like 15 minutes in. We just had what was that? A 20-minute
interval.
Break?
Yeah, we
do a
little car roulette. Is that what it would be called?
I don't know if roulette is the right word, but it was definitely
car shuffle.
Car shuffle is the right word. Come on, get over here.
He's like, you saved my life. I'm here to give thanks.
You are my person. Oh Lord. We're talking about trees before.
Shut up.
Everything cut up.
Big love to Eureka.
What
big love to.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck? What?
Big
sure
love.
Felt like it took a while.
Right? Good Lord. Brother.
Just
Sometimes in life, you just don't even ask questions.
I was like, okay.
You just enjoy the show.
That's something for more that was more of a behind the scenes laugh, guys. Just bear with us. But so we're gonna get this back on track. So Eureka was good.
Eureka was amazing, brother.
Amazing.
Peaceful. Definitely. I shroomed. Haven't shroomed in a while. When I tell you, just looking at a tree and giggling like a schoolgirl.
Was it just you, or was it you plus the homies all shroomed?
Yeah, all of us shroomed. We go to this Paul Bunyan exhibit. I don't know what it is. It's like this huge hiking trail, and then you take the little sky bubble thing that you ride up top, like a little ski lift.
Yep.
Get to the top. Well, actually, like while we're waiting on the thing to come down, there's like this very large gentleman who's sitting there working the little ride. And he looks at us and he says, "Hey, if you want, you guys can take the trail down, but I'm letting you know it's not for beginners." And like he was a bigger fellow. Like
sure.
And so in my head, I'm thinking like, brother, like
okay.
like,
okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all right.
it might not be hard for all of us. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you're aware.
Shout out to him. He was really nice though. So we get up there, we get to the top, we get off. You're supposed to get off, kind of like, look around at the trees, admire, and then get back on and ride down. And we're like, you know what? Let's take these shrooms and let's hike it down.
Sure.
Should be fun. Boy.
Yeah.
He didn't mince words one bit. Like, brother, when I tell you it was straight down, they had a rope you had to hold on to. The shrooms kick in as soon as we start the first descent.
Okay.
Dog, it was an adventure, I tell you that. Definitely don't regret it, but boy, did I underestimate that man and his knowledge of how correct he was about it was not for
How long was the hike?
The way down, I think, was almost 2 miles.
So you're like
just
the
straight down.
Way down.
Just straight, yeah. There was no like flat parts. It was like
shout out to it seems like both of us got into some nature hijinks where we had moments where we said, do I make it out?
Yeah.
Do I make it out of this? I was the homie Adam and the homie Cam, we were all together in Topanga a couple days ago, and we wanted to hit like Red Rocks is like a little park trail kind of, it's big trail. It's in Topanga. So we're in the mountains already. It's mountainous trails, whatever. Yep. And so we hit Red Rocks, and there's kind of like a routine fire road route you hit. Whatever, it's like a 6-7 mile. It's a good time. But we're doing it, and then Adam's like, "Hey, you guys want to do something a little fucked up?" And we're like,
of course, Adam.
I think that's what he said. It's either that or like something crazy, something of that sort.
I'm gonna go with fucked up.
Yeah,
that adds a little more.
Yeah, and so we turn to the right, and there's just like. It's kind of like an off the beaten path thing, but eventually it just turns into no fucking trail at all.
You're just in bushes.
Full, bro, my legs are tattered. Like,
brother, your legs and feet, like, because you said you got fucked up in Wisconsin.
Mosquito. Yeah, no, it's really.
Lower extremities are on a tough show.
Listen, the lower extremities are on a tough show right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing some Sarah V and some prayer can't fix. So, it's just, my God is greater than my kneecaps right now.
Say amen. Talk about it. This is a praying podcast, by the way.
But and that's PREY.
Yeah,
just sneaky.
Attack you
just with compliments. But no. So we went to come on, get on up, yeah. But no. So we ended up hitting.
Boy, she's really relishing in that nail save you gave her, brother.
I get it. But so we hit. Come on
with the views. I feel like the views are going to be.
Oh, come on. But so we went on the trails. That trail disappears, and it was already kind of getting late as it is. Like sunset was about to happen.
Oh.
And it just became a point where we just kept going because we were like, I wonder if we can do this all the way to like the peak, which was some miles away. And eventually it just got to a point where we just looked around, the sun went down, and we said, we actually can't go back.
Right. We have no choice.
It is we were on the side of, like, this is not even hyperbole. Like, we're all this like loose rock and dirt, like on sides of cliffs, and we're like holding rock pieces, pushing ourselves to get up, looking down, and I'm like, no, like, we're actually in trouble now. We were all, I will say it was pretty hard ass of us. Like, we definitely felt tough.
Yeah.
But there was this moment where we get to this top of this rock formation, and we're up now. And we get to the top of this rock formation, and we're like, I think we have to scale across this to get, bro. Literally, I am in a saddle. Just imagine like a peak like this. I am in a saddle with hundreds of feet drops on both sides, and I'm just shimmying through this shit. And then I sit there and I look around, and I'm like, well, this isn't gonna work because it wasn't a good. We had to go all the way.
How the hell did y'all get back?
Well, so this is what we did. We made it to the peak, and then we ran the fire road down.
Oh, okay.
But when I tell you that there really was no other choice, like, we were up there and we were just like, well,
either that or we're just camping it.
Not even camping it. It was like, objectively, none of us have water. If we go back the way we came, we're falling, hundreds of feet. We're rolling. So
I see. This is how I feel like the difference between males function and females function. It's like, we're hitting a hike. Let's push it without water. That's like no.
I mean, that's why women keep us alive, because I not one moment was I like, I need water, until I was, you're straddling a mountain peak and you're looking at both sides, and it's dark, and it's just as dark gets. And
like, I'm out here and it just hits you like, I didn't even bring water.
You have no idea how many of those the next door app alerts went off in my mind about like mountain lion sighting in the air, and I'm like, I'm a snack. Like, this is over with. I'm out of here.
You are a sitting duck.
No, dude. I am a straddling hiker is what it was, and it was just.
But there's something fulfilling about those type of.
Oh no, it feels, dude. You finish it and you're just like, I'm a badass. Like, this shit is hard. Like, because we hit the whole shit, and then we're going down, and it's like, I don't know, maybe like 3 or so miles of fire road, kind of weaving back down, and it's pitch black, nothing but stars outside in the moon,
no lights, just from the phone.
I'm using like my iPhone light while I'm running to make sure I don't hit anything. But like, yeah, you do that and you're like, oh, this is actually pretty tight. Like, I'm happy I did this shit. But
while you're out there,
oh my god,
it's a different story,
dude. It was insane. But yeah, so did that, then went to I was in Chinatown, went to some art shows.
Cultured man.
What
kind are we talking about? Like subjective abstract art, or are we talking about like actual painting?
I mean,
like
it was
whales?
technically called. It was, I don't know if it was put on or whatever, but it was technically Foo's Gone Wild. It was a bunch of like Los Angeles Mexican art. It was really It was really cool.
Oh, Foo's Gone.
Yeah,
oh, got
like
you.
Foo's Gone Wild.
I don't know why. I was just picturing foosball players and just like them in random ass different paintings.
But yeah, I don't remember the exact name of it, but it was a cool time. And then after that, we ended up going down to downtown LA for it was a Channel 5 and In Decline art show, and I didn't know who In Decline was.
So 2 different art shows in one day.
Same night. That was like,
who are you, sir?
I'm a man reborn.
You know
I don't know. No, I literally just was like, that was kind of like the plot. It was like, hey, we're gonna hit this, and there's another one. So, and to be honest with you, I'm not gonna take any credit. Like, I was pulled into the plan. Like, it was
always the best kind of plan.
It was that pie was baked. I just came in.
I just came for a slice.
I came in for a whiff. And but yeah, I went down to that. Now that shit was a little more hectic. There was like a cop taped up, and you could just like write on him and scream at him and stuff like that. Okay. It was and I'm gonna put this in air quotes. It was an edgy art show.
All right.
It was like
they're like, beat him. It's a part of the. It's a part of the setup.
It was cool. I actually take his iPhone in his pocket, and, open it up with his face. text his wife that he's cheating, ruin everything.
Like it's quite the experience.
I was gonna say it's an immersive exhibit.
This was Saturday.
This was Saturday, yeah. And then
well, we know Sunday brought forth. Congratulations on the win.
The first, not all wins feel like wins.
Ain't that the truth?
But that's what that felt like. That felt like we were, locked in, absolutely letting Derrick Henry do what Derrick Henry does. Getting to it, doing what I said the whole time. I said, guys, we have the two most dynamic weapons in the backfield. I would run 400 RPOs a game. All I would do was just option handoff the whole fucking game.
I feel like it's becoming more complicated than it should be.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like, isn't life just all about simplifying and making it a little less complicated?
One would think.
But yeah, so enjoyed, it's still a victory, still a dub, so I'll take it. I know you on your side, you're just like, how does it feel? Because there's nothing better than a wish fulfilled when you didn't even have the confidence to ask. You didn't have the confidence to ask for it. You weren't like, you know what?
And you know what? The craziest thing about it is I don't know how it feels because I haven't experienced anything other than the feeling of winning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it feels pretty normal thus far.
This is a good,
Go Hawks.
I get that. But so yeah, it was pretty simple. It wasn't like too much crazy shit went down yesterday, if I'm remembering correctly, in football. I just think it was some business as usual. The 49ers lost, which, they're kind of
shocking.
But everyone's out. Like, they're going to be there at the end.
They are. And our division, like, I feel like in division games, throw the records out the window.
I feel like when you have a team like KC going for a three-peat, I think everyone is just kind of like these first 8 games don't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're like, dog, we don't even care about each other. Let's not let them win again. That's really what it is. So, throw the records out the window when it comes to individual. Speaking of throwing records out the window, Diddy can't throw his record out the window. I can tell you that.
Good segue.
That rap sheet
you're turning into a real host.
Go on. That rap sheet is looking written in stone, my brother.
1,000 bottles of baby oil is...
Which is a weird thing to... to just, like, announce to the world.
I was gonna say, I feel like
I didn't understand that.
I feel like if someone broke in to like an extreme couponer's house, and was just like, they were doing some fucked up stuff in there. They had like 8,000 rolls of toilet paper. Like, there was 40 cases of lotion.
It's insane.
It's
in there.
Fucked up in there.
Which makes me, it's like
they had 2 tons of saran wrap. What kind of?
Why? What was the point of announcing that?
I just think we all needed to know that that's the sign of a freaky man. That's a sign of, in the court of public opinion.
That's what I think they're trying to do.
I don't think it's a thing. Like, either that, or maybe I just haven't stared at 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But if I had to stare at it, I'd probably go, I got to tell somebody about this.
I mean, that's a lot of goddamn baby oil.
I was like, and it takes a long time to go through one bottle of baby oil.
Is this why I don't really see it in shelves? Like,
Diddy was like, they got some more?
Stock is out.
Oh my God.
What's your over under of him getting out?
There's no, he's in. He's in. They what's it called? They did they denied him bond like twice.
Yeah.
And
I think he offered a house that was like $48 million or something. paid off the house to use it as collateral.
You start saying things like, I'm gonna give you my $48 million house. You can take all of my family's passports.
When you start like doing responsible things like paying off your house just because you're in that much trouble, it's like it makes you do like responsible shit.
It's crazy, bro.
That has to be the like.
But look, let's just call us. I'm not gonna be controversial here. Let's call a spade a spade. The music and entertainment world. It's
a dark place.
It's not surprising.
None.
Are we gonna sit here and act like we haven't been privied and seen like, oh, that's a bad guy over there. There's a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. Not even just in general. Like
there's quite a few.
It's a power.
Oh yeah.
It's I don't even know how to explain. I mean, because of course, like we've all had experiences. I know it's called. You've told me experiences where it's just like, brother. Oh brother, it's crazy.
It's a crazy world out here. That is for damn sure. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately, it won't be the last person.
Oh no! I mean, they're about to clear the deck of famous people. In my mind, I really do think that if you're any mogul, anyone I basically thought was tight in 2005, I feel like that they're just gonna mop you out of here. Bro,
it's gonna be interesting to see who else falls because of this. Because I feel like after a while he's gonna be like, you know what, brother. I would like a Coca-Cola.
I'll tell you anything you need.
Who do you need to know about?
Right. Nah, so that I mean, yeah, I couldn't tell you, bro.
And if I hear the word freak off one more time,
I just feel like that's such a the name doesn't constitute how ridiculous that probably was.
One day I'm just gonna text him. I'm trying to have a freak off. Listen, lad of line.
I don't even know, dude. That shit feels insane. I couldn't imagine communicating like that with people,
bro. Communicating like that, treating people like that. Karma takes no days off. We should say that.
I will say they fucking they loaded this one up because the shit that's coming out, I'm just like, all right, well. It's also crazy because a lot of it is like, it was done in plain sight. Like so much of this was just like, oh shit, bro. These parties are crazy. I feel like it's funny how I think just in the past like couple years we've started just kind of having this aha moment of like, oh, no one ever liked to do any of this shit ever. Like everything that people thought was cool or liked or wanted to be a part of or aspired to, it was like all of this shit was bad the whole time.
And it's like, it's crazy what people do when you just offer them free liquor and get to wear white.
Get to wear white the whole day. I get it the whole day. I don't have to change.
What?
They're like 24 hours. You can wear.
I've always wondered at the all white parties, how do you eat and stay clean? Brother, I'm spilling something.
There's no way. There is no way whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm drinking red wine as soon as the sun sets.
I'm staring at my white pants like I didn't know I did that today.
So shout out to people who stay clean at the all white parties.
but also not.
Yeah. But also not. What's dirty if your outfit's clean?
That was their alibi the whole time. They're like, I feel like if that was Diddy's like alibi, like he just really was thinking like a 6-year-old where he was like, but if we dress nice, they won't expect a thing.
They'll never know. Is that what dressing with all white does? Is that why?
They're like, we were going to bust you, but you guys look like a bunch of angels back there.
Like, stand down, guys. They're wearing all white. It's an all white party.
You guys look pretty. But yeah, so I mean that happened, and now everyone and their mom is coming out and talking about it, and I just feel tip of the iceberg. Oh yeah,
that's a big ass iceberg to come, brother. I mean, so that happened over the weekend. What else happened? iPhone, another one
with the AI, correct? They got the
Apple, bro. You gotta slow the fuck down.
Well, no, bro.
Allow us to enjoy the product.
I think they got beat out. I think they're now the third biggest phone manufacturer in the world.
Who's top two?
Well, because Microsoft, like Android, is one because just around the world more. And I think there's like a Chinese company, I believe, that overtook him at 2. But it's like, bro, I don't know. Now more and more, I'm like, oh, maybe Steve Jobs was the visionary of this shit.
Oh, not even a question. I feel like the screen either gets bigger or smaller. They're like, this year, the screen is
big screens are out, small screens are back. Small screens are lame as hell. We're going,
make up your goddamn mind, Apple, please.
But I mean, they got like, I guess like the whole AI component of it is also in there.
Yeah, I got the new update.
You got some AI in there?
Brother, I don't use that shit. I don't even talk to Siri. Siri sometimes I feel like just chimes in just to let me know. She's like, hey, just to let you know, Dwayne.
Here if you need me.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm more of a solo creature. The
AI shit is interesting though, because it's like I saw some interview, I think it was like Oprah and Sam Altman, like, or whoever the leader of OpenAI is. Yeah. And they were just talking about like how, he said some shit where Oprah was like, so what do you think is like some of the biggest problems with AI? And I think he said something around the effects of like, well, I just think that what it's gonna do is like we can't even rationally think about the problems we're gonna have to solve because with how like responsive,
sophisticated they become.
And I was just like,
great.
That sounds
great.
That sounds.
I'm already not feeling confident in my smart.
I'm like, at this point, what? Okay.
And so it's like, but why would you give us that? I feel like they do that shit on your phones because your phone starts to learn you.
Oh no, this is everything now. It makes total sense why they're giving it to us, because now it's like, if you already thought that they weren't in a rush to have us own anything tangible in real life, well now they're just like, hey, your phone, you can tell it to make any picture you want or anything you want. Like to me it's like the same fact how there's like some services, I don't know if you've seen like the AI music generators where you can just like put in a couple keywords and it'll make you a song. And it's just like dope. It's just so, I don't want to sound like bitter songwriter-y, but it's like,
oh, I'm a bitter songwriter.
But when I hear it, I go, yeah, but the human element is the thing. Like what
the actual experience of a heartbreak is the thing that
just any, like where I look at it and I just go like, yeah, okay, it can do the stuff, but an art student right now could paint better than Picasso, but but he wasn't doing Picasso shit.
He wasn't.
Come on.
He wasn't.
But yeah, fucking, I don't know. We'll see how that shit goes. I feel like, especially in the music world, dude, like, I don't know. Do you think it's going to be more prevalent, or you think the shit is just like, what?
Yeah, I think it's already more prevalent than we actually understand. I remember seeing an article, and they had like, I think it was like China's version of like Billboard's top 200 records, and they said 100 of them were AI.
That's crazy.
No actual. So the label is just basically cutting these budgets for these made up people, and you don't have to dress them. You don't got to worry about them saying something crazy in the media.
Unless you program to.
Yeah.
You're like, you guys know.
Let's throw Kanye AI in here real quick.
Kanye AI is fucking. That'd be
wild.
That is actually how the world ends. That is actually how the world ends.
Hey,
if you were like, no, it's all good. We just got
we just developed a
new version of him, and he doesn't do all the whole like I hate Jews stuff. Like, it's cool. He's gonna be fine.
Oh, shout out to AI Kanye.
And you're like, well, you know what? He's gonna learn real. The problem is as soon as you let an AI figure out how to make 808s and heartbreak, suddenly,
now
it's a slippery slope. He's gonna be a maniac in about 3 weeks.
Next thing you know, he's creating an AI Kim, and it turns into a whole thing.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Not here, not now.
No. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I feel like the music industry in general is like, it's shrinking, bro. Like,
I think we talked about this when we were at the beach or something like a couple weeks ago. But it's just like, for me, I thought it was crazy for a while, like just losing enthusiasm in like the industry as a whole.
Yes.
And I just thought like, okay, maybe it's just because I've just been kind of like off in my own world or whatever. But it's like, oh no, it's like I couldn't even. I was talking to a buddy of mine. We were driving and he was just like, like, hey, tell me like all the projects you're working on and like what's going on. And I'm like explaining because there's stuff happening obviously, but it's like even in me explaining it, I'm just catching myself being like, yeah, but what? Yeah. What is this? What is this music thing happening right now? Right. Like it's and I do think that it's like I if I had to be transparent, I do try to take the time to like reinforce to myself like how awesome the shit is and how cool it is I get to do it and all this stuff. But it is crazy when you are watching an industry that like basically the entire developed world was like into or wanted to know about, and just kind of watching the shit just like fade. Yeah,
it's dissolving, bro.
And you're just like, okay, like, and at the same time, they're going to have their monoliths. They're going to have their big acts that like exist. But the days of like having an underground. Like, I mean, well, you can have that with their own people, but just there's going to be no middle class musician.
No.
In the
it's
world.
over, bro. It's oversaturated. Everyone does music now. Like, and now it's to the point where because people's attention span is so little at this moment, I feel like people are accepting just anything. It's not even about like the art anymore. It's not about necessarily the quality.
Well, I mean, either way, it's just, you know, the shit is it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I just think it's a weird thing to wrestle with yourself, because at least for me, I go, all right, well, if anything you do, it's like the paradox of like, if it all means nothing, then you're free. Yeah. You can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, sometimes I have to remind myself that, like, if you're in a situation where it could seem all for nothing. Like, okay, like, who needs another song? Who needs another? But it's like, okay, well, cool. You're free now. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter. Now you can just, so that's what I'm saying. And so I look at it very much just like, if we can, and by we, I just basically mean me, if I can continue to remember like, hey, dude, like, this shit is, you know, nobody cares. Have fun. It's, you know, it could be liberating, but I don't necessarily know if people are gonna get there that quick.
Being creative is the liberating aspect. As far as just like the music business part, it's.
Well, I feel like, especially for you, you're somebody who's just like, when you get told over and over again, this shit is crazy. This shit is dope. This shit is cool. And at the same time, you're seeing how even the quote unquote best shit gets treated. Yeah. You're just like, well, you're not treating this like it's that special. So far be it for me to feel like I'm special.
Right. Yeah, it's a weird space to be in. I know, like, because of it, I've definitely taken like a couple steps back from music. But I mean, of course, it's always gonna be a passion. It's always something that I love to do. But watching it, understanding and knowing the politics that play into it, kind of like take the excitement that used to be there out of it. But we'll see. Maybe AI might respark some shit. We don't know.
You're like, fuck, that shit is good. Yeah, I mean, who knows, dude? It's interesting to see, but yeah, at the same time, fuck it, dog. Like, there's so many parts of this shit that, folks, we're in the middle of something going on right now.
There's a lot of,
like, just in general, like, if you're guys, we picked a hell of a time to be alive. Like, this shit is
if you could live in a different era, would you? Do you think you're built to be in the past? Like old times. I'm talking about like 1600s.
Oh no, not a fucking no. Heck no. You
but
see
you
how
might
high my voice went when I no.
You might be like equipped with new skills. You mean, brother, you had to learn how to
I feel like a king in the Dark Ages is a peasant in Modesto now. Yeah. Like, you know, like, and not just like, you know, I'm just saying, I feel like if you were a medieval king, that's basically the same. You have all the same attributes as like a homeless man who, like,
out in Lancaster.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think you,
Your Highness.
It's like, sure, you got people to feed you fruit, but
like, what did you really do?
But everyone's dying.
Yeah,
and
like,
I'm sure
from simple things. Like,
dude, there's no. It just probably smells like shit everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
no deodorant, no cologne. Yeah, that is a hard sell.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
somebody's like, I got a time machine. We're going back to the 1600s. I'm like, you know what, dog?
Matter of fact, the question, the better question is, hey, would you rather get in a time machine and go back to the 1600s, or just be homeless in Lancaster? Because I'd be like, dude, I'm just like, honestly, I'd probably rather.
You know, I've spent some time in Lancaster. They got a Starbucks and a Denny's, so I can work with that. I can work.
Literally, a king would start a war to be in a Dunkin' Donuts. You know,
he's Trojan horsing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit here with a straight face and expect me to think that you wouldn't have, if a king if a king in the Dark Ages, that's actually if a king in the Dark Ages had to live as a homeless person
today,
they'd
be thrilled.
They would literally think that this was heaven.
Oh, he'd be thrilled.
I'm telling you, bro. You read about like the Black Plague and stuff. And
see, but I wonder. They give it such a beastly name, but is it just because they weren't equipped well enough, and was it just like a common cold, or like,
I mean, bro, anytime you like essentially shit yourself to death, I'm not uncommon about it.
I mean, is that what happened?
Yes, yes, and not only yes, hundreds of thousands of people.
Maybe somebody made a horrible casserole. Like Tina made the casserole again.
Like, God, it's real Black Plague here. No, dude, it's crazy, and it's crazy because it's also like but they also talk about like times in like French aristocracy with like Napoleon and stuff, how they'd have parties that went for like a month. Like they just literally would be like, hey, they haven't stopped drinking, fighting, or fucking for a month.
And it's ironic because like now females always like, say things about shorter guys. Back then they were running the world, bro. Napoleon, like, he's in history books.
It's crazy
for having an attitude. Like, I'm just saying.
I know a couple people who should be in history books for having an attitude.
Dog, my guy had a strong attitude, sturdy.
You got to be such a fucking dickhead
Dog,
to have a complex. Like you got a real Dwayne complex.
Got a Dwayne complex. My guy Napoleon, like, what was he like?
There's that new movie, the one with like Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon. I would get high and watch that.
Did it already come
out?
Out.
It's super out. Like you can watch it at home and stuff now.
That might be a watch. We need to start doing like weekly movie reviews. We'll pick a random movie, watch it, and then come back and. But that's a good one. We should do it. I'm down for that.
Okay. Apparently, he just like talks in a normal. He doesn't even talk in like a French accent the whole time. I'm like, all right. Shout out to that.
Okay.
Who am I gonna tell Joaquin Phoenix what to do?
Yeah. Great. Good. I'm looking forward to the Joker, the second one.
You are?
You're not? I think he's good, man. Which we still have a debate. We had a debate one time in a sushi restaurant.
I gave you your credit, but go ahead. Go ahead. I conceded.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the vote.
But tell us because it's worth it. Because I was publicly humiliated.
We were in a sushi restaurant, and we get into a friendly debate. He's a Joaquin Phoenix fan, so am I. But I'm a Johnny Depp guy, and so we said, who is better? We couldn't agree to terms, so we stood up in front of the entire restaurant and we took a live poll.
That happened.
Yeah. Johnny Depp won runaway decision.
I think I was the only person with a Joaquin.
I was surprised. Even the chefs in the sushi line voted. Like, they're back there rolling up, chopping sushi. He's like, Johnny Depp on this one.
He's like, have you actually ever seen Blow? It's an amazing movie. Nah, man, it. Well, that happens. That happens. Sometimes you got. Last night, actually, this is good. This is, ladies. What would you do if this? All right. Said, this is a question for Sally. All right. Just
Sally, if you're watching.
All right. What would you do if? Because this happened last night, and this is a perfect thing to just remember right now. So, I went with my dog Adam to go. We went to this restaurant spot called Castellana, and we go there and getting a little drink. We're just kind of hanging. It's kind of by the crib. We're like, let's just get a little something, hang, and head out. And we're sitting at the bar, and it's like an L-shaped bar, and there's like there's about to be like a first date. You could just tell. You could sense like there's going to be a date that's about to happen. There's a guy sitting there who, he's coiffed, got the full. He's
dapper.
He's dapper. He's ready to go.
All right.
And then we see this woman come up, and
Sally,
and she comes up, and they hug. And I didn't really catch the beginning of it, but I got put on to what was going on. But I guess he was just like, I'm sorry, I got to go outside and get some air. Your perfume, like it just smells very chemically. Like,
I just love honesty.
And I was like, and I see, because I first like double checked. I was like, did he say that shit? And then I looked, and then Adam's face reconfirmed, and we were just like,
brother.
And so I don't know what happens.
He had to be a Virgo. He had to be a Virgo.
Dog. He walks out, and so it's just her, me, and Adam.
Oh,
and,
always.
And we just start talking for a little bit, and we're just kind of, we're just sitting there talking, and I'm just looking at this girl, and I'm just like, why are you? I would leave immediately.
What?
Like
Chemically?
You're saying you don't fuck with me chemically. Like that is obscure, is what that is. So my question is, ladies, are you leaving? Or are you going, no, this is just a man who's so honest that that shit is how honest do you want your man?
Yeah. That's a good question. And that's funny. I was literally listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and he was saying that. They were like, yo, that's mad rude. And he was like, or mad honest, depending on how you look at it.
Where do you
in that if the roles are reversed, I don't know if I'm leaving, but I'm like, damn, okay, I was trying to smell good for your little stank ass. But
I see, I'm immediately defensive. I'm like, well, you stink. You smell like shit. You literally smell like shit. You stinky ass man.
That's crazy. She stayed?
She stayed. He leaves to, I don't know, maybe catch his breath. I don't know.
Maybe he had to fart or something. That's a cold line. Like, he could have panicked and was like, oh, shit. Hold on, bro.
I just feel like if you need to create a diversion, there's a million ways to do it.
Yeah, you know.
But I don't think dude, if I got a fart, I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna be right. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. If I just don't
Fine. Take a phone call.
You know what
you don't have to diss the perfume.
Go. It's making me sick what you chose to put on around me. So I'll.
He's like, what is that? Cyanide?
I'm sorry.
So from the looks of it, did it look like it was a good first date?
Well, so they picked up their drinks from the bar and then they walked somewhere else. I assume maybe outside because he just couldn't handle her perfume, which I didn't.
That's a wild take.
Which I didn't. Ladies, if you're wondering what the perfume was, I didn't. I was like, I tried to get a whiff as she walked away to just kind of like confirm, like kind of like you know whatever the cartoon who floats to the pot, you know, like I was just trying to get in, and I couldn't really do it, but at that point I didn't smell anything, so that's a crazy thing to say. That shit is a crazy thing to say.
Like off of first introduction,
I don't know. I don't know if this was their first date. I don't know if this was. I don't know what it is.
Even to say that, look, because I feel like if you know somebody well enough, you would crack a joke.
He didn't crack a joke.
That's what I'm saying. You know, like I feel like if you're throwing like just straight insults, you don't know the person well enough.
Yeah, no, that shit was crazy. So that happened, and I just, you know, I feel like, because to me, I'm kind of with you. I ride the line of, I think that I put common decency above brutal honesty.
Oh, absolutely.
I do just because I don't think just because something is the quote truth or your truth, is it
that part.
I don't think that it is then just like, okay, well, I'm just saying this. I do think that there's a level of decency where it's just like, hey, look, you know, this person has to, like, there are other people involved here. It more so it's just like you could be honest and selfish, or you can be a little thoughtful and be like, you know what, if this is I could provide consideration, but if I'm like I can't do this shit, then I'll tell you, like, you know, but
and even then it's like, is it your truth or is it your opinion?
Well, it's just your opinion. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, not everything has to be shared.
Yeah. So that to me, I was just very much like, I wouldn't have done that, but you know, who knows?
Hopefully it worked
maybe
out.
Maybe he turned it around. Maybe they get married. Maybe that it works out perfectly. You know.
And then they get divorced 5 years later because he doesn't know how to communicate properly.
I'd argue that he communicates
too well,
very, very adequately.
He communicates a little too much.
That wedding when they're sitting there and they're just like, I just knew he was the one when he told me I smelled like shit on our first date.
Do you think like when you get married, are you gonna do like? Well, one, are you gonna do a wedding? Are you a wedding guy?
I'm about to go to a big ass wedding next month for my dog.
Oh yeah,
in Dallas. So
yep.
that
Congratulations.
to me is going to be a huge deciding factor on how much I fuck with weddings. Because I've gone to a couple really good ones and it's fun.
Yeah.
But this one looks like it's fixing to be a blowout.
Oh, it's a big boy.
Yeah, and so I feel like it's gonna
electric slide big. Like
oh my god, I could rather there's a couple circuit boards are needed for this electric slide. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that time will tell, because I could totally see a world where I'm just swept up in a romantic eloping, just like we're out of here. We're gonna just
courthouse it
and go save the money and travel the world.
See,
but I could also be like, damn, it would be really fun to just have all the dogs.
Oh, tuxed up,
just really tuxed up, having a good time.
I
also just like selfishly have like such a it's in the same vein of dreams of like, it's like you're on the bench and they say you're in the game, and then you come out and you hit the game winning shot and suddenly you're the hero. Yeah. Like it's in the same way where I'm like, I want to give a best man speech.
Oh yeah,
so good,
brother. I always thought that. Like, I thought
that to me is, I'm more excited to like give a best man speech than I am low key to just like have it be about me.
I thought that when my brother got married, it was like at the dinner.
Yeah.
Very small wedding. And I went to talk and just started crying. Yeah. Brother, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Couldn't get a word out. Like, brother, it should have came with fucking captions. Because I know they're probably just like, all right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, like,
let it out, baby. Let it
They're like, oh, well, all right.
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
But I feel that. You give a good speech that just hits right.
Oh no, I gave a speech. I did one for my buddy's wedding that it was just like, I just felt so. That really is. I will say. That is kind of my Q zone. Like
you good on this?
People talk about how public speaking is like the biggest fear in the world. Like people say they fear it more than death. Like
which is weird.
I love public speaking.
Yeah, the weirdest thing too is when they're like, just picture people naked. I'm like, well, if there's a baddie in the crowd, now I'm horny. Now I'm visualizing somebody naked and it's turning me on.
I can't imagine it. That's the kind of advice where you're just like, have you ever been around naked people? Like, what is I don't know, but nah, dude, that shit was, I love that. There's something about it where it's also just feels like that's kind of like my flow state where I truly can just go, I didn't prepare the speech, nothing. I was like, I'm gonna go freestyle it. And
we should make that a thing amongst the homies. Just like
freestyle.
Catch everybody.
Should we just freestyle best man speech?
Just catch everybody. Next time we all go out to eat, just tap the glass real quick and just run into a speech.
You gotta cry. If you don't cry, you're lame. That's the rule.
Like, why are they crying and giving speeches at In-N-Out? Like, what is happening?
And it's like they're emotional in this Applebee's tonight.
All you can eat riblets is
just. They're at Outback Steakhouse and they're like, the Crocktails shouldn't be doing this to these people.
The blooming onion at Outback, it's doing
much like this blooming onion. Our friendship has bloomed over the course of years. Yeah, it's cool. I'd
give a speech at your wedding.
Hell yeah, you were gonna.
I'd give a fire speech.
1,000,000,000%.
I'd give a fire speech.
Yeah, no. Dude, my lineup, literally my speech lineup for the homies is great. Like, I will say, like, you might be headliner, I'm not going to lie. But, but I feel like Adam, because, dude.
No. Adam has to be headliner.
Well, double
Adam
bill.
is going crack again.
Double bill headliner.
Come on, baby. Adam, we're headlining.
Yeah, double bill headliners. And then, oh my God, it's insane.
Omar has to talk. He's hilarious, dog. He's fucking hilarious,
bro. Every single one of them. I would make everyone sit there and go. I got about 20 people that I want the mic for 10 minutes. Right? So just bear with me.
We're just gonna be dying on the side.
That's the whole point of the whole thing. Yeah, but yeah, that actually does bring up a point that I was thinking about, though, just in terms of friendship at this point in life and feeling like not necessarily taking friendship for granted, but realizing like what it means to make friends as an adult.
Brother, I went up to Eureka, known T, just met Shy, but it's like it's different knowing somebody and then actually, being in close quarters with somebody.
Sure. Being
in the same household. Like we had an Airbnb. It was really dope. But I swear I was thinking, I was like, man, they're super chill, super dope. I was like, I got lucky because I know it's not easy making friends as an adult.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends are like, they're carryovers. You know what I'm saying? Like from younger years. We met what?
Well, we met, I was like probably 20-ish.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we're about a couple decade or so.
Yeah.
But I do think just in general, it's so interesting because how, like, bro, you got these people who are just lucky to have, like, friends that been from you were in elementary school with or some shit where, I'm filled to the brim with friends from all types of time. But that shit is still crazy to just be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to move somewhere and I'm going to play racquetball until someone invites me to their wedding.
Like documenting that journey.
Like I'm
dope ass Netflix documentary.
Like you literally just like go, that would actually be
becoming the best man. And it's like a journey where you
just got to get dropped into a fucking, you got to get dropped into a random ass city. And you just you have a year to be someone's best man.
Netflix, holla at us.
Yo.
Yeah. That is hilarious.
You're terrific. That goes crazy.
That is hilarious, bro.
The best man experiment?
Come on, bro. You heard it here first.
No, I'm clipping this because
we're tagging the shit out of Netflix.
We need someone. The best man experiment.
Or Amazon Prime. You can holler at us.
No, that's it. The best man experiment. And the whole idea is you get dropped into just a random city. That's the whole, there's a little roulette thing. You pull it and they're like, Dwayne, you're going to St. Louis.
I'm like, all right, let's go.
And they go, all right, here's the deal. You get $1 million if you could be someone's best man in 6 months, a year?
A year. You get a year.
You get a year to become someone's best man at their wedding.
But that means you gotta like actively seek people who are dating and are like close. So you're like, man, so how's the relationship going? He's like, man, we've been dating for a while. Got his ass.
You want to go? We could. Let's go watch the game, big dog.
I'm like, let's go, brother. Hey, first round's on me.
That's insane.
That would be a great show. That'd be a great show to watch.
I'm in there. I believe in it now.
Yeah, we're sold.
Oh, God. They also have, I couldn't imagine. You get a year feels like.
A year's a good amount of time. Because
anyone who calls you your best man in 6 months, you probably should check on that wedding.
Yeah. A year gives you time because you get all the sports seasons.
But it doesn't take, realistically, it wouldn't take much to become a best man at a stranger's wedding. I literally would just be like, dude, you fucking love the insert team name here? Dog, bro. They're crazy.
I'm telling you, a year's time, you can become somebody's best friend if you put in the work.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can put in look, the world is in a fragile state. We need more friendly people. So I feel like it'd be almost twice as easy. Back in the 90s,
it was like, this is just, people were too skeptical. Now it's too easy. Yeah. That's crazy. That is insane.
Now I'm excited now I'm running through show ideas now.
There was I think that there was a show that ended up coming out, but Adam for the longest time was swearing by like a Zodiac dating show.
Yeah.
Where I was like, that feels too obvious. I don't know why it's not on ABC.
Yeah.
Right?
That sounds like, but I could totally see that. So what do you do? Like, do you pick? Is there like different levels where it's like, you know what? I want the large amount of money, so I'm going to pick the most opposite sign that I do not get along with.
It's just a game of opposition where they're like, give me a, oh God.
I just
put a Pisces around me. And
I just saw recently they listed from least to most difficult to love as far as signs. The easiest one to love was a Cancer. They said that's
sure. Absolutely.
And then they said, which is hilarious because we're literally on the boat. And then they said the most difficult was a Virgo, and I said I can attest to that.
You can attest to that?
I can put a stamp of validation.
Yeah.
That Virgos aren't, you can jump rope or you can jump rope with an electrical wire that's still live.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
kind of seems like a different, not your well, they're more planning and that's strategic, and that's your kryptonite.
That is my kryptonite. I am the free flowingest person. They're like, hey, are we going to they're like, should we be in a casket when we die? I'm like, dog, let's just figure it out when we get there.
Like, dog,
let's figure it out once we get there.
Like, Dwayne, you have to sign your will. And you're just like, we're going to bet it all at Bicycle Casino. Don't even.
Like, let it run. Like, who needs to? Who do I need to leave this
I have
stuff
so
to?
many parking tickets. No one's getting any money.
No one's getting anything. Let's just burn it down.
Holy shit. That's insane. Yeah, dog. Fucking.
Do we have any fun plans for the week? Meanwhile, my guy he's out here just.
Dude, we got so many sleepy dogs around us.
I know.
I just got to focus on this week. I feel like overall, I was like, you know what? I want to really chop wood and carry water. I want to get sometimes you got to get out of your head, you got to get in your body, you got to say I'm going to just do a bunch of stuff.
You're supposed to live in the world, not in your head.
Come on now. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a bunch of shit that I've been wanting to get done. I got a lot of records I got to work on. I got stuff I got to line up, and we'll do all that. And then, do I have any place I'm supposed to? No, I think I'm. How about you, dog?
Brother, I'm just getting back into the swing of things. I was out there feeling like a little nature fairy, and so we getting back into the discipline, get back into the gym, get back into the work. Got some records to work on as well. Excited for our collab.
Oh yeah, 100%. And just we're gonna kick this week's ass. That's the plan. I hope everyone listening does the freaking same.
Come on, baby.
But yeah, this shit is it's always good. You got anything else you want to add? I feel like episode 8 is right where it's supposed to be.
It's right where it's supposed to be, and so are you. We're tuning in with us, and we appreciate it.
100%. This is your boy Hunter Lowe, or call me Cole. Those pseudonyms are fun.
Come on, Dialo. But my mama calls me Dwayne, so you should probably do the same.
And yeah, this was fun. Talk to y'all later.
Tryna get right, but he wrong, don't miss me. Send out the text, but it might get risky. Pour up the juice, but the shit ain't simply no. Nah, you're all alone and it feels so empty. Pray on the Lord that you say, come get me. Pick up the phone when you know it's gon' tempt me, no.